Hi, everybody, and welcome to a brilliant brand new show with Cosmic Sisters, Corinne
Mm.
and Anne. And it's New Year's Eve. How about that? Isn't that a brilliant finishing off the year with a show? That's beautiful. And Corinne is in Mesa, Arizona. So if you ever have or are going to pass through or you live nearby, Corinne has an open heart meditation every Tuesday. You can call her at 480-250-1815, 480-250-1815, or email her at lqenergy at
Yes,
yahoo.com. lqenergy@yahoo.com. So now we said that. It's
yes,
really worthwhile to sign up for Corinne's open heart meditation. It's something very unique and special, I promise.
thank you, thank you.
So again, welcome to the Cosmic Sister Show with brilliant Anne and Corinne. And we wish you a happy ending of this old year and a happy, great, abundant, loving, and peaceful new year filled with all you have ever wished for. That's so important, right?
Hmm.
In essence, it's nothing, it's not a big change, but it's a change in energy because so many people around the globe are actually celebrating New Year's Eve, right? So when many people are focusing on something, that has an effect, cause and effect.
Yes,
And as the year draws to a close, we gather in sacred space to reflect, release, and realign. This episode, Crossing the Threshold, a soulful reset for the year ahead, is an invitation to pause, breathe, and honor all that has shaped you until this point, because you are what you are at this time, right now, this moment, because of everything in the past. So why not cherish whatever it is we have been going through in the past, right?
hmm,
And together we will explore how to gently close the door on what no longer serves us and step into the new year with clarity, intention, and heart, conscious intention. Let this be your moment of reset, a soulful threshold where your spirit can rise, your truth can lead, and your light can guide the way forward. That's also very important. And
yes,
today, of course, we have Wednesday, December 21st in US and Europe. And you guys in Australia, that's Thursday, January 1st. So you already passed this point, right?
yes,
And again, we are going to talk about crossing the threshold, the soulful reset for the year ahead. And now comes me time, right? Advertisement.
yes.
You can find upcoming and past episodes at our brand new YouTube channel for Cosmic Guardians at youtube.com/at Cosmic Guardians 111. And by the way, in the upper corner on the left side, you can see a QR code. I hope I'm pointing at the right place.
Yes,
And we do continue to stream live at youtube.com/at Angel Place on Earth /streams because we want you to be able to find you. And we do that until the end of this year, but we may actually um, have a playlist over there so you can still watch it. But we're going to be live on this on Cosmic Guardians YouTube. You can find our series. We have currently two series. We made the four agreements, four episodes plus a summary, and the Celestial Prophecy, 12 insights and episodes, and a summary. So you can find our series at angelplaceonearth.com/series-cosmic-guardians. And Next year, which is just a few hours away, we are going to have a look at the fifth agreement and some
Hmm.
others that have been coming along since the four agreements came
Yes.
to our reality, right?
Yes.
That's going to be brilliant. So, our last show was a week ago on December 24th, Christmas Eve. This is a magical year, isn't it? It's also the year of ending. And along the way here, we're going to talk about numerology. Not today, probably, but sometime here. That's going to be smashing too. So last Wednesday, we talked about the gift of being you, the sacred power of your authentic, valuable, unique self.
Hmm.
So I think we wanted to share with you the things that are sacred with you the end of this year, the two last shows, right? So that feels really, really good. You can
Yes.
connect with us, read articles, find out all about us, and you can find Corrine again and her phone number and email address, of course, and a website. And you can find me at angelplaceonearth.com/cosmic guardians. And if you want to find episodes, you can go to angelplaceonearth.com/upcoming dash past. And of course, on both YouTube channels, right? Let's dive into today's show.
Yes. Well, it's interesting because one of the shows that we had on some time back was all about color and how we innately choose the color that we kind of want to represent the day. And I was
Yes,
looking in my cupboard and I go, okay, I need a little glitz. So I have a little glitz on me today, just a little bit. And the color blue was so soothing. And I thought that is the one that is going to be, the one that I present today.
yes,
And
and you're beautiful as always.
well, we find ways to reset ourselves all the time. And unfortunately, my body is resetting right now. So just bear with me. I have this really deep, sexy voice, but we're doing our best. But over time, our
We, we,
ancestors, yeah,
yeah, go
uh,
ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
our ancestors knew that living with nature, that they needed to pause and reset and restore that communication with their souls and with themselves. Now, they chose the seasonal changes because it was obvious and it was something that the whole earth was doing. So why not take that time and reset the soul too? And our biorhythms are in sync with nature. And you're not even aware of how many times that they reset. Walking on the earth will help reset. Touching a tree will reset. And we can allow ourselves to do these things to get back in that communication with soul.
Exactly. And everything is has a rhythm. Everything. Nothing is ever standing still. It's always moving forward, right? So
Yes.
I have a poem actually for today. Do you want to read that or do
Ooh,
you want me to read that?
I'm going to let you read it because I'm saving my vocal cords here.
I think that's a brilliant idea. So here we go. Threshold light. The clock may turn, the stars may shift, but deeper still, the soul uplifts, not chasing time, but claiming space, to breathe, to bless, to re-embrace. A year dissolves, its echoes fade, yet wisdom lingers softly laid. In every tear, in every flame, the soul remembers why it came. No need to rush, no need to strive. This threshold comes with sacred light, a pause, a prayer, a quiet start to walk anew with open heart. So let the old be kissed goodbye and let the new arise, not try. You are the light, the path, the key. This year begins inside of thee.
Wow. That was beautiful. Beautiful. And this is pausing, pausing to allow that reconnection, setting down those burdens that we don't even know that we've been carrying around, lightening our load, and allowing ourselves again to step into that connection and that synchronicity of our soul's rhythm.
Yes. And that's beautiful. You know, it's for me always it feels magical Christmas time and New Year. And logically, I know that it's just a date and a time. So it's nothing that's really going to, but I still feel that because we focus on it, it is really like crossing the threshold, right?
Yeah.
So we are usually making promises for the new year, setting a tone for the new year, but it's also a good time to reflect. If things are coming up, let them come up. Don't
Yep.
try to push them away because we need to see, and then we can, when we are aware, we can make new choices. So, like I said before, we are a sum of each and every experience we ever had in this lifetime as human beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's who we are at this moment. So if we would have had different experiences, we would have been someone else. Would you like to be someone else? Probably not, because we know, somehow we know who we are, right?
Yes.
And there comes a moment when the calendar turns, but something deeper stirs. It is not just the end of a year, it is the crossing of a threshold. So we can imagine that picture. A sacred pause between what has been and what is becoming. So we are probably more aware this time of the year
Mm-hmm.
because we have a calendar shift, right? So we can have that sense of there's something else and I can start fresh. We can always start fresh. Each and every
Yeah.
morning we wake up. It's a brand new day, but it feels more magical in some way, right?
Yes, it does because it gets the stillness. We almost, unless we just force it, if we are going with the ebb and flow of nature, it is a time for that letting go. And we've been breaking patterns and we've been letting go of things that no longer serve us, changing our perceptions, practicing empathy and compassion, and releasing grief and fear and doubt and judgment. But we're replacing them with awareness and self love, authenticity, intuition, and allowing that frequency of love to be our constant companion.
Yes. It feels like this time of the year, it's a space where the soul exhales and
Ah,
listens,
yes,
where the heart reflects and realigns, right? Where the
yes.
spirit prepares to rise. And why not take the opportunity now to, what do we want to create for the future tomorrow, next year? That's only tomorrow, right?
Hmm.
So we have the new year just around the corner. And it's not only that we celebrate New Year's Eve, right? It's not fireworks and resolutions and things of that nature. It is us being able to create something new, to
Yes.
gain from that energy that are currently existing when we are just around. No, we are waiting just before the corner for the new year, for the new things to come to us. So it may feel easier, right?
Hmm.
And you can almost feel when things are shifting. And I'm very fortunate. I can celebrate New Year 2 times with an hour difference. Isn't that brilliant?
Yes.
Sweden is 1 hour ahead and Greece is 1 hour later. Or the opposite, maybe. I can't really think straight right now, but I can celebrate 2 times, twice. I celebrate Easter twice. I celebrate Christmas twice, and I celebrate New
Absolutely.
Year twice.
Well, that's the beauty of being versatile. That's the beauty of giving yourself time to say, these are important to me, and I am going to acknowledge that I am making progress. I am
Yes,
acknowledging that I have accomplished a lot, but the letting go of carrying the burdens. Um, I'm working with a beautiful young lady, and she's got a lot of stuff that she's carrying around. And so I gave her a beautiful bag, shiny. I like shiny. And I said, "Here, hold this on your lap." And she says, "That's heavy." And I said, "Now I want you to hold that the whole time we're talking." And she said, "Well, what's in there?" And I said, "Everything you're carrying." And I said, "When you release something, we're going to take one pebble out. We'll take one pebble out. We'll take one pebble out." But this is what we do when we reset and when we realize that we can be so much more if we just take that time to be in the space and reconnect to our soul.
exactly. And know that we always can make new choices.
Yes,
There's nothing except for what we are holding on to in our mind that's going to stop us
that's
because
for sure.
we are the creators and we can always make a new choice. Of course, some things take a little bit longer to manifest, but you can always make a new choice. It doesn't matter what you have chosen in the past. Things that are
That is,
not in alignment with you, just release them. Go
and
ahead.
that's beautiful thing about being so uniquely human is that we're adaptable, we're versatile, and we don't need to hang on to something and say, well, this is the way it's been done forever and ever and ever, and I'm not going to change it, even if it's strangling me. And I think through the year, one of the things that I know I have received from our talks is getting a glimpse of where I can readjust, where I can let go, where I can bring something new to this beautiful, beautiful gift of me.
Yeah. And I think, it's interesting as human beings, and of course I've done this too many times. And sometimes I catch myself thinking it because we put restrictions on what we think we can do or not. Or excuses. It's I should have done that 10 years ago, or I should have done that 20 years ago. I can't do that now, right? But we can do anything.
Yes.
Don't put restrictions on yourself. And a soulful reset, it's not about doing more, right? It's about being more. Be you. Be who you are, more aligned, more aware, more attuned to the whispers of your soul and inner world. It is the invitation also to release that no longer resonates and reclaim what has always been yours.
Yes.
Because we don't come here with limits. We are not born with limits, right?
Not at all.
And listen to your voice, see your vision, and feel your sacred rhythm.
You know,
And
and it,
because, sorry, because we haven't been taught this, we think that these are difficult things. No, it's not.
no, they're not.
Just stop, be still, be.
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Well, in nature itself, uh, I don't think that there is a huge discussion when the leaves are getting ready to fall off the tree. Well, I'm not going to go unless you go. I don't think I'm ready to do this. I don't know what's going to happen. What if this? What if that? It's it's the rhythm. It's the letting go and
Yeah.
acknowledging the new growth, acknowledging the new evolution. Um, and I'm really fond of butterflies. They were always a symbol of resurrection for me. And I did not realize until just lately that the butterfly literally, when it's in that cocoon, you think it just goes through a getting on a new dress. The the caterpillar disintegrates completely disintegrates in order to make something new and to come out into this new and beautiful thing. And when you think about it, instead of just occasionally letting something go, why not eliminate that old fear? Why
Mm,
not just eradicate it so it doesn't keep coming up in another form?
exactly. Because when we are in resistance of seeing things that we don't want to go through, don't want to see, don't want to hear, and we are afraid of making that choice each
Oh
and every
yeah.
time. Yeah, each and every time we are encountering the same because yes, it does come back. It's coming a little bit closer to us. It feels harder. And being a stubborn lady, sorry, me, you call it tenacious, and it's somehow good to be, right? But
Oh,
when you are in
absolutely.
resistance, eventually you're going to find yourself in that place where you have no more option. You just have to go where you felt from the very beginning. So if you
Yes.
listen better to yourself and follow your intuition, you don't need to go through certain things. And I have a fresh story, don't I, from last, not the summer this year, the summer before that, right?
Oh
Um,
yes.
I,
Yes.
yeah, falling off a bike. Yeah, we do remember that.
We do, and we appreciate all of the little nudges that we get along the way. And the beauty of the evolution of us is that we are given so many beautiful opportunities to make adjustments and to
Yeah,
go with the flow and step into the beauty of the rhythm and the synchronicity. And we have that ability to do it. We need to then find that time to be quiet, to
yeah,
reconnect with our
yeah.
soul, to reconnect with our higher self, because life happens.
Life does happen, and then we have to deal with life. But that's the same thing, actually. And I want to say something about change. And someone said, I can't remember, I know I listened to someone probably on YouTube who said, everybody wants change, but nobody wants to change. That's interesting because something I've heard many say that, yeah, I know all of that stuff. I don't want to hear that. I know all of about that. But I want to know what's coming for me, meaning that what do you see coming for me without me making any effort?
Exactly.
And that's not
Exactly.
going to happen.
And
You
without effort,
know, it's not going to happen.
no. I mean,
Yeah,
nothing grows.
yeah,
A plant
no.
does not grow
And
without effort.
there are occasions in life when no. And there are times in life when things actually just fall into our lap. It happens, but those are miracles. That's how I consider them, and very
Mhm.
unexpected most of the
Yes.
time. But it's a rare thing. It's nothing that we can, I'm going to manifest something now and it's just going to fall into my lap. That's not happening, right?
But loving yourself enough to prepare yourself to be in a space where you can observe the miracles and be able to appreciate them. So many people will say, oh, well, nothing ever happens and oh, life is, and they don't know that maybe at that time that you're having a difficult time, maybe something that could have been worse was right around the corner, but that kept you from going to that
Yeah,
place. So being in the ebb and flow, and there again, we talk so much about the synchronicity, and synchronicity doesn't just come because you wake up one day and say, okay, I'm going to be in sync with everything. It's when you become in sync with yourself that you start
exactly.
catching these things.
Yes, exactly. And you have to be what you wish for in order to attract that very thing, right? Whatever it is.
Exactly.
So if I'm longing for a partner who has great qualities, and many people actually have a specific list, right? But here's the
The
thing.
list.
Yes, the list. You have to be what you want. How can you attract someone that's going to be, you're going to attract someone that are what you are, the vibration you carry within you, right? So if you have, it doesn't mean that you are to judge yourself. It's not about that. But we need to realize that we need to change the vibration, the frequency, the energy. It's coming from within. That's why we focus so much on you over there, right?
Yep.
And when you want to, and now we are on New Year's Eve, so we're talking about the threshold, right? So let yourself reflect over things, not with judgment, but with reverence. What did this past year teach you? What
Yep.
lessons have this past year brought you? Did it ask you to let go of, right? What did this past year reveal about your strength, your softness, your soul? Let every single lesson become a lantern. Let every challenge become a compass. And let every moment become a thread in the tapestry of your becoming, because you are becoming continuously.
Yep.
What do you want to become?
Yes. And taking that time to set down the heavy load that you're carrying for just a moment and sit in that place and just be still with yourself and feel that energy coming back and filling you with a renewed awareness, a new light, a new direction. And it's it's a quiet time, but when you will allow yourself, and there's that word again,
Allowing.
to set the burden down for a period of time and just see what happens when you're not carrying all these big burdens. And
Exactly. Yeah. It is a time, the reset itself, it's not just about our goals. It's about vibration, frequency, and energy to reset it within here, to clear the field, to recalibrate your frequency, to
Yes,
choose what you wish to carry forward and what you are ready to leave behind. It is the time to honor your growth and to bless your becoming. Again, your becoming. What do you want to become? What are you
yes,
striving for? Right?
yes. And sometimes we may not even know what we're striving for. We just know that where we are is not working. And
Yeah.
rather than getting into a muddle about it, saying, well, this isn't working. Uh, this dress isn't working for me. I'm going to take it off. This thing that I wanted, that I thought I really, really wanted, this job that I really, really wanted, it's not going to fit. And I have an occasion when I first became a massage therapist, and I always wanted to work in Scottsdale. That's the prestigious place to work. And I got an interview there, and I'm very happy to go. And I realized that the energy in that place was so toxic, and it was like crank them out, and there was no healing. And I literally was standing in front of the mirror saying, I can do this. I can do this. You wanted this. You can do this. And then finally I said, Mm-mm, I am going to get out of here as fast as I can, because on a very deep level, I knew that I would die if I stayed there. And something that I thought that I really, really, really wanted, and it was not for me. But instead of saying I'm going to do it because I'm here, I let it go. I set it down.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
moved on and reset.
Yeah. And just to inspire everybody a little bit, your story inspires because you did great after. You made a choice, a
Yes.
bold choice. I made bold choices also, many times in my life, and I always ended up on my feet, with my head up, and being able to move forward. So, whatever situation we are in, I have a trick actually that helped me a lot. When I feel that I don't want to be here, trying to gather my patience because I know that maybe I can't leave within the hour. Maybe I need to let a little bit of time pass. So, what I say to myself is, okay, a year from now, this is going to be only a memory.
That's true. That's true. And and is it just going to be one of those little opportunities that I had to grow, or am I going to turn it into something that I'm just going to keep bringing up and hitting myself over the head with it? The me kappa, me kappa, me kappa, and uh, learning to let go of the things that are not going to lead you into this road of reset. And when you
Yeah.
reconnect with your soul, there is a there's an essence that you cannot even describe. It's it's like when you take that deep breath and you go, ah, or
Yeah.
when something just works out beautifully and you go, wow. And these are the times when it's telling you, this is the feeling that you get when you really reconnect with the soul, and just that moment. And sometimes they're just moments, and that's okay, because it's
Yeah,
the moments that make the life.
it is. And a reset doesn't have to be a full change, a total change of everything, like when we are jumping in life, right? It can
No,
be gentle. but let it be intentional, even if it's small, even if it's big. So let it be infused with grace. Create space to listen, to write, to walk, to breathe, to connect with the parts of you that have been waiting to be seen. Let your body speak, because our body talks all the time. But who listens, right?
That's true.
And let your intuition guide, let your spirit lead. And a reset is not always about a fully starting over. It's about starting deeper. And no one is
Ah,
ever erasing the past, because we don't want to erase the past, do we? Because if I hadn't gone through certain things in my life, I wouldn't be the version I am right now at this moment. And I don't want to change that, right? But
yes,
you are integrating it, and you are not letting your past affect you any longer. It's memories, because the memories are always going to be there, right? But it's not making trouble for you walking along, right?
yeah,
And it's also not about chasing the future, because if you chase the future, you're not here in this present moment. You are over there, what's going to be.
that's right.
And you align with it when you reset in the spiritual way we mean. And it's very, very powerful. It does not push, it invites. It does not demand, it whispers. But we follow it and we listen. And the times we don't listen, next time we are more aware and we do listen, right?
Correct. And when you start over and you realize that I'm going to take this pause and I'm going to go deeper and I'm going to get more connected and I'm going to just embrace something that I even didn't know was there and allow the possibilities of things that I couldn't see maybe that could transpire if I just let go and go with the flow.
Exactly, exactly. And I think, are you ready for some questions, or is it a little bit too early?
I was thinking somebody's got some questions here.
I always have.
uh,
I always have questions for you because I just love those questions, right?
well,
So
I love that I can throw them right back at you.
we love to have five simple reflective questions each and every show that align with the theme of the topic we currently have. And today it's crossing the threshold, a soulful reset for the year ahead. So, first question: what does a soulful reset mean to you?
Um, I think it means to me that feeling of not being in a hurry, of being right in the now, of knowing that I am in connection with all that I am, and it will reveal itself to it if I just stay in the moment.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's about, taking the time, allowing the time, and letting go of the control of exactly knowing all details about what the future is going to bring, because we can't have that control. It's out of our hands, right? So we need to be at peace with
Yeah.
that. And what are you ready to leave behind this year?
It's interesting that you would ask that because I have been sensing on a very deep level that I am getting ready to go through a real metamorphosis, that I am going to be able to get to another level of my understanding of myself. And I'm willing to just let go of things that do not serve me. Things like, I need to get that done. Uh, I I have to be there for that appointment. I this, I that, and just being in my space. And still, I can you function in the world. You don't stop living. You just have a different perspective of how you live.
Exactly. I think that's beautifully expressed, and that's wonderful. And yeah, I want to leave the same things behind. Um, I don't have so many things I need to do them right now. I need to do them. But we are functioning in the world, and sometimes the world sends us little teasers. Are we going to grab that or are we not? Right?
Yes,
So, what I want to leave behind is more of all those must and have to um, things just to take the time. Of course, I'm not living by the calendar and the schedule. There are certain things that needs to be scheduled, but I think for myself I had too many of them, and I'm going to release a few of them, as
yes,
many as I can, right?
yes.
And but I keep on being stubborn because that's going to bring me forward. I love being stubborn.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is who we are.
Exactly. And what do you want to carry forward into the new year?
I want to carry the gift of me. I want to
Beautiful.
I want to honor the gift of my life, and be that meaningful, intricate part of humanity.
Beautiful. Yeah, I want to carry forward into the new year. Um, some changes, um, creating my life more in the way that I want to, and digging deeper into myself because we can always dig deeper. Letting new versions of me come forward that I know exist and are there. That's what I want to do and carry with me into next year.
Yes,
How do you set intentions that feel true to your soul? That's a tricky question, isn't it?
it really is. And the advice that I would give myself and others is, first, be authentic with yourself. Learn to trust that your intuitions are not being influenced by others, and that this is coming soul to soul. I
Great,
couldn't add any
great.
more to that.
No, because you know, doesn't matter what everybody else is telling you, what you are supposed to do, and they are probably giving good advice, but they are coming from themselves, right? So
Yes,
maybe because 1,000 people did something in a certain way, maybe it doesn't suit you, right?
it's correct.
So that's something to ponder about for everybody listening to this.
Mm,
What do you see for yourself? Um, what is true for you? What is your truth?
yes,
And it's not like there is a gazillion truths out there because it's really not. Um, but we have our own unique way of reaching things or goals or digging deeper or whatever it is we aim to do, right? So it's our way that counts for us because otherwise we're going to walk someone else's path. And that is
exactly.
something that I've been doing that in the past. I think everybody have been doing that also.
Yes.
And it teaches us that if I would have chosen to listen to my truth and my intuition, I could have saved myself from some stuff. On the other note, I got some great lessons from that too, right?
That's true.
And it's I think many people are a little bit hesitant to trust their own intuition
Yeah.
because they feel something, and I hear that a lot over the phone when people call, right? I call because I want confirmation about something. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I can trust what my intuition is telling me, or what my dream told me, or what my senses or my visions or whatever it is, right?
Yes.
But we can always trust what's coming. And we should trust the first thing that comes, not after the mind kicks in, because the mind is going to tell us, oh, you can't trust that. Are you silly? The mind is going to tell us a lot of things. And a good way to see how this works for you is actually to write notes. You don't need to write novels or um, half a book each and every day. If you don't feel for it, that's okay, of course. You just need to, time, date, and what occurred. Thought, someone said something, you felt guidance, you dreamt something, whatever it is. It's going to show you a pattern, so you will understand how this works for you. Because these are subtle messages from our soul coming through, right? It's
Hmm.
not like um, as clear as we are talking now. Sometimes it can be, but because it comes in the form it does, it may be words, sentences, pictures, you name it. So it can feel challenging in the beginning to understand what's really um, the meaning is, right, behind what's coming. But this way you learn to trust. And even though there's a lot of terminology around the senses, we talked about psychic senses and things a few weeks ago. Um, Everything is unique for each and every individual. So you need to learn the language of your soul and your intuition,
That's
right?
true. That's true. That interconnection.
So you want to say something? Sorry.
No, I was just I don't read the questions ahead of time, but my eye dropped down and I'm going, "Oh, okay. I have an answer to that. It's probably not going to be ethereal, but I'm thinking, gee, I need to take my shoes off and go walk around the backyard for a while." and,
Maybe.
and
So
really get connected. Yes.
last question then. What helps you feel grounded as you enter a new chapter? What helps you feel grounded in that moment?
I'm very fortunate because I've spent the last 50 years finding ways to be in connection with myself and to ground myself. Um, I will do that through meditation. I will do that through writing. I will do that through when I'm working with a client and I am watching them come to life. This one young lady that I'm working with, when she came in, literally had no chi left in her body. Now, this is the third time she came back. She is just glowing. It's like she's sparkling. And I'm going, that grounds me.
Yeah.
That gives me purpose.
Yeah. And that's beautiful. That's perfect. I can feel the same thing when I get a phone call from someone crying, and when they leave, they are laughing. It
Yes.
means that healing takes place, right?
Isn't that
And
wonderful?
that's beautiful. And healing is also it is an exchange, right?
Hmm.
So as a healer, you can feel the difference because you can also encounter people who just want to draw,
Oh,
but they
yes.
don't want to do the work. But when there is an exchange, that's uplifting the one who seeks healing. But you can also sense that because you sense that there is a longing to actually move forward, to do something. And it's not connected with judgment. It's just, what we are picking up and what we are feeling. You can feel
Yes.
it. You can certainly
Yes.
do. And what helps me to feel grounded when I enter a new chapter, I always feel joy and excitement. And I say, like you love to say, this is going to be interesting. Be- be- because I can have a good sense of where I'm heading,
Yes.
but I can't know all the details. So I'm just jumping out
Hey,
there, digging in, you know.
go along for the ride, you know?
Yes, yes. And when I broke my leg, I started to have something I said to myself every day. I said, okay, this is it. I do what I can with what I currently have. And currently is very important to me because it doesn't
Exactly.
set a limit for me. And then I look forward. So just taking taking a moment or a day at a time, because sometimes that's all we can do. And when we take a day, next day we're usually going to see something that shows us, okay, that was a good thing. Now you're on
Yes,
this track here. And if I don't like it, I can correct it still, no matter how things look like, right?
that's right. Yes. And I can actually squeeze the toothpaste out of my toothpaste tube now. I had hand surgery and I don't have any strength in the hands. And I'm going, I can do this because I can do and it's part of my therapy anyway. But I mean, it was like, wow, okay, that's my best today. And and I was very proud of myself that I actually got it. Now the toothpaste didn't go on the toothbrush, but that's another day. I mean, what can I say? Little
Exactly.
little bits and little pieces.
Yeah, and when things happen to us, we have a surgery, we have an accident, we have something that is restricting us. We do appreciate when we see improvement.
Yes,
And that feeling of appreciation for even small things that are actually big things for us, right?
that's right.
And that is something that we can, okay, now I experience that. I'm going to keep that feeling of
Yes,
joy for improvement. You see?
that's the attitude of gratitude. And
Yes, it is.
it doesn't have to be, I mean, if the universe so decides to put $1 billion in my checking account, I'm not going to say no. However, when I can squeeze the toothpaste and get it onto my toothbrush, that's going to be an accomplishment right now. I mean, I know that eventually I'm going to have no problem with this, but in the rehabilitation, that's okay. But I am grateful for each step. And when you have gratitude, it allows you to bring such joy and anticipation into your life. And then you're not
Yes.
dwelling on the what you can't do. You're going on the whoa, look at me. I am the toothpaste presser of the whole world here.
Yeah, and I do the same thing with my broken leg, right? That
Yeah,
healed by this time. But I say I've seen people who actually after a few years they can't even walk.
I know.
So yeah, I walk. So what do I have to complain about, right?
But you took the time, you trusted the reset,
Yeah.
and you allowed for the harmony to come back into your body. And you weren't
Yes.
pushing, well, this is terrible. I'm never going to do this. I want to do this. You just allowed the process. And now, and that's the beauty of this is to, when you're not going against it, then the universe will work with you, you know?
Exactly. And that's beautiful. That's absolutely perfect. Couldn't be more perfect. And, you know, I think that my perception and experience is that many they have a hard time letting go of that control. I want to know exactly the date and the time when I'm going to be up on my feet again, or when I'm going to be able to put the toothpaste on the brush, right? Toothbrush.
Yes,
Or I want to know exactly when I'm going to find my person. I want to know exactly when I'm going to
that's
be
right.
able to change my work. But you know, none of those things are set in a fixed time frame, right? None of those. And I think a part of the attitude of gratitude is also to include hope and faith, having
Yes.
faith that I know that I'm going to get there. And I can say, if that inspires anyone, that almost everything I wanted in my life that I wished for has come true. Sometimes it takes time and we need to be patient. Being stubborn doesn't mean I don't have patience because I do have.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tenacity and stubbornness comes when you have to just get the job done. That it's a whole different thing. It's not just being, okay, I am going to be this way and your way is no way. That is that is not true tenacity. That is just arrogance and ego.
yeah,
But when you have the I can do this, it may take me a couple of times. And that's where your tenacity comes in. That's where your stubbornness comes in. If I have to squeeze this thing 6 times, I'm going to squeeze it because on the seventh time, it's going to come out. And
exactly.
yeah, there's a difference, you know?
Mhm.
Everything has two
I'm so,
sides to it.
I'm so happy for you because you are in the process of being fully renewed, right? Because that's what
Yes,
you were aiming for and you're getting it done. That's
yes.
perfect.
I have more things to do with the rest of my life, and um, the little uh, gritches and grunches that needed to be addressed, I'm going to get them done. I'm fearlessly. I'm just get them done, and then I can get on with the rest of my life, and I will as I say to the doctor, you do your thing, but I'll do my thing,
Yes,
and that's what
perfect.
you did. You said you do your thing to the doctors, but in the meantime, I'll continue doing my thing. I'll have the right attitude. I'll have the go and do the exercise. I'll do what I need to do on my part. And that is where we were saying that you have to put the work in. You have to put the effort in. And these people that just, well, I am this wonderful, beautiful person and life should just hand me all these things. Well, guess what? Nothing grows without effort.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I love to say, and I think we talked about this in the past, because feeling joy and laughter kind of destroys an energy of feeling despair or feeling low or feeling whatever, right? So
Yes.
I treated myself when I was at the hospital with, we have a series, it's a comic thing. It's kind of a contest. It's called Best in Test. I don't know if you guys have that over there. But it was so funny, and I played the seasons and each and every episode, and I was laughing so they could hear me. out from my room, right? So,
Beautiful. Laughter, laughter,
yeah,
laughter.
finding a way to do things that brings joy and happiness, things that I'm going to watch this and I can't resist laughing. I just can't resist it, right?
That's
That's a
right.
brilliant thing because sometimes we need to cut the energy we currently feel we are in. We can. And that's also when it's very handy to be tenacious, right?
Yeah. It's like when my daughter was washing my hair because my hands were all bound up. And she said, I'm going to get you wet. There's nothing I can do. You're going to get wet. And then the next second I was wet. And I go, well, I'm wet. you know, but but that's the beauty of living this incredible life is just going with the flow and sharing that laughter, and instead of getting angry or upset, just
Yeah.
beautiful.
And there's another aspect of it too, because when we are in that place of very angry or feeling despair or feeling very low or whatever it is, and we focus on that thing, we're going to create more of it. Exactly what we don't want.
Yes,
Exactly. Right? So
yes,
it's fine to find ways of cutting energy when we feel that I want to cut this and I want to maybe retreat a little bit, reflect. Sometimes we need to reflect. If we find ourselves, for instance, among a lot of other people and you feel that the energy is off, it's not good, well, say I need to go to the restroom or I need to go and have a coffee or, just have a cup or anything. Just
yep,
break the energy. That's it.
that's right.
That's it.
That's right.
So,
Whew.
so as the new year unfolds, let your choices reflect your truth. Let your boundaries honor your energy. Let your creations carry your essence. Let your presence ripple through timelines and touch hearts across dimensions, because it does. Energy, nothing can stop energy, right? You are
No.
not just crossing into a new year, you are crossing into a new frequency. And by the way, this year, 2025, is about nine in numerology. Nine is about closing a circle, ending things, right?
Yep.
Letting things come full circle. So next year is a brand new beginning. How about that?
Whoa.
A little bit of extra energy to make changes.
Absolutely.
And the threshold is sacred and the reset is real. This moment is yours. And remember that working on yourself is a process and not a quick fix. Be nice to yourself, love yourself. But it is also a catalyst for the greatest changes for the future, because the future and what you want and your wishes is not going to fall into your lap, as we said multiple times this show. You create it, but you created maybe the first baby step may be that you detach yourself from wanting to know all the details. You know, this is what I want, this is what I aim for, and resetting yourself. Change your frequency, change your energy, get to know you. Who are you? Who
Yeah.
are you really when you take off all the layers, right? What do you say, Miss Corrine? Are you ready to sum it up?
I think we're ready to move into the new year and let those fireworks go and release, reset, and rejuvenate.
Yes. And before we do that, you can find all past episodes at angelplaceonearth.com/upcoming dash past and youtube.com/at angelplaceonearth. streams, right? And up here, can you see my finger? Up in the corner, there's a QR
Yes.
code for our brand new channel.
Over
That is
there. Yes.
youtube.com/at Cosmic Guardians 111. And that's where we are going to stream live from now on, right? We
Wow.
do, we started this year, but we're going to continue on that place. Our next upcoming show with Cosmic Sis-Stars, Miss Karine and Anne, is going to be January 7th. And we're going to talk about soul rewrites, rewriting the old stories with new truth. That I feel that's very fitting as a continuing on today's talk about
Hmm.
resetting, right?
Yes.
And again, so you won't forget, find upcoming and past episodes at our brand new YouTube channel for Cosmic Guardians at youtube.com/at Cosmic Guardians 111. Up in the corner here, over here, QR code. And we do go live for you every Wednesday in US and Europe, and our future is going to be Thursdays, early morning in Australia. You can connect with us, read articles, and find out all about us. Find a phone number to Corrine and her email address, and find me. And of course, Miss Corrine has an open heart meditation every Tuesday in Mesa, Arizona.
Yes.
So if you are in that area, please don't miss that. Reach out to her, and I'm going to give you her phone number. It's 480-250-1815, or email lqenergy@yahoo.com. But also you can find all of Corinne's info and mine at angelplaceonearth.com/cosmic guardians. And as usual, we love to end with a beautiful affirmation. I release the past with grace and welcome the new year with clarity, courage, and open-hearted trust. That's wonderful to tell yourself on a daily basis, right?
Absolutely.
And we say, thank you for crossing the threshold with us. As we step into the new year, may you carry forward only what nourishes your soul. Let this be your reset, a return to clarity, purpose, and the sacred truth of who you are. You're ready. You are aligned. You are the light you have been waiting for. From our hearts to yours, Happy New Year, and may your journey ahead be radiant and real. With infinite love, peace, and joy, we see you, we hear you, we honor you, we love you, we appreciate you. You.
You.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Happy New
Bye
Year.
bye.
Bye.